everybody. So sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. Facebook has changed the way that they do their live streaming and it is way more complicated. So let me see if I can pull this up on my phone so that I can see what you're seeing. There I am. Complicated. So, okay, let me turn the volume down. All right, so let me give you all a minute to join me. And to close the door to my living room. So if you are on here, just take a moment, say hello. Let me know you can hear me. Okay, let's see. Let's see. So can you hear me? Nobody, there's 6 people watching, nobody commenting. Can you hear me? There you go. All right, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna do kind of a, I wouldn't say intense, but we're gonna do a strength training class. We'll do some stuff for core, we'll do some stuff for upper body, lower body, obviously. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on our back. So just finding your way down onto your back, getting nice and comfortable. Take a moment, try to spread your shoulders wide. Find your way down. And then start by taking a couple of long breaths. So deep inhale in. As you exhale, release it out through your mouth. And we'll do a couple more like that. So deep inhaling in. Exhale out through your mouth. One more time. And then we'll start with those long yogi breaths. So deeply inhaling. Try to fill yourself up in the bottom all the way up into your collarbones. When you're ready to exhale, press everything out. Try to use the core, breathing in and out through the nose if it's comfortable. Continuing to breathe, long, deep inhales and exhales. One or two more like this, just in stillness. And then when you're ready, we're just going to start with sort of a rock. So you're going to keep your hips on the ground. You're just going to make space between the back, the middle of your back and the floor. So you're not coming up into a bridge. You're making almost like a cat-cow shape, but laying on your back. And then you're going to pull your belly in really hard, tilting your pelvis just a little bit. And we'll just shift forward and back through that. So exhaling to press the low back into the floor. Inhaling to lift up towards the ceiling. Taking it a couple of times. And then when you're ready, you can start to bring that a little bit bigger. So starting to press into the heels, lifting the hips up towards a bridge. Exhaling all the way down. and then pressing back in. So lifting high, you're squeezing your glutes towards the ceiling, you're pulling your belly in towards your spine, and then lower back down. Taking this a few times, seeing if you can come a little bit higher each time. You're keeping your gaze straight up at the ceiling, so don't look around. And if it feels okay for your neck and you're not putting any weight into it, you can bring your arms into this movement. So lengthen them over your head and then lowering back down. Keep squeezing in your glutes. Keep breathing here. And then the next time you have yourself lifted, just hold there. So you're going to lift your hips up, holding into it, pull your belly in, squeeze your glutes. Trying to get the booty working and a little bit in the core. So you're trying to pull your navel up into your ribs. And then on your exhale, slowly lower down and just windscreen wiper your knees side to side. So we're going to take this side to side movement a little bit higher. So pull your belly into the ground. We're going to bring it up. Take your hands a little bit wide so you can support yourself, and you're going to start to use your obliques. So coming over to one side, hover your knees off the floor, and then back over to the other side. So you're not letting them drop down, and you're using that belly to pull yourself back to center. So if this isn't enough movement, you can lengthen your legs long. Try to keep your low belly pulled in the whole time. Just taking this one or two more times. Really trying to start getting that core engaged. And then we're going to come back into center, knees into your chest. Take a couple of big circles with the legs. Bringing them in one direction and then the other when you're ready. And then we'll do each direction one more time. And the opposite. And then you're going to take your right foot down onto the ground, hands on the back of your left leg, lengthen that heel up towards the ceiling. Just point and flex a few times. If it feels good, we're going to slowly start to walk the hand a little bit higher up towards the calf. And then you're going to take your right leg, lengthen it out long, pull your toes back towards you. We're going to bring our shoulders up off the ground, making a C shape with the spine. Pull your navel back. If it feels okay, you're going to hover your right leg off the ground. Holding here, you can keep your hands up, or if you'd like, bring them down by your sides. Using your core to hold you up. Don't forget to breathe. And then when it feels good, you're going to use this left leg to pull you up, finding your way into boat pose. So holding here, your hands can come onto the backs of the knees. Just try to roll your shoulders back. Squeeze your thighs towards each other. If you need more, you can take the arms up over the head, or you can lengthen your legs out. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring your right knee into your chest, slowly roll down, left sole of the foot on the ground. We'll move to the other side. So taking the hands to the back of the thigh, lengthen that leg up, point and flex the toe a couple of times. Once you're ready for it, we'll start to slide the hands a little bit higher, bringing the leg in towards your chest. And then just like before, lengthen out through that left leg, pulling your toes back towards you. If it feels good, we're gonna come up a little bit higher, maybe hover your left leg. If that's too hard, you can keep it down. And then just like before, you can keep your hands on you or bring them out to the sides, finding your way here. So you're making that kind of curve with your spine, holding yourself up. Don't forget to breathe. And then when you're ready, you're gonna use your right leg, bringing it forward, find your way up into boat. Holding here. Make it a challenge for yourself. So if it's easy, you can make it harder, maybe bring yourself back further. Woo. Hands can come to the backs of the knees or to the floor if you need to. Find where you can feel the work, but you're not dying from it. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna come seated, find your way to cross leg. I'll turn towards you. Hands on the knees, we're just gonna start to take some seated cat-cow, so chest forward, tailbone up. As you exhale, reach your back towards the back of the room. And we'll do it a couple more times. Inhaling the chest up. Exhaling all the way back. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. One more like that. Inhaling up, lengthen. Exhale, reach back. And then come back to center and come over onto all fours. So spread your hands really wide. Pull your belly in. Try to press the floor away from you. We'll take one round of cat and cow. So chest forward, tailbone up. Exhale, lift the back. And then as you inhale again, come into center. Keep your belly pulled in. So you're not doing this. Your shoulders aren't shrunk back. You're pressing them down. Just move my water out of the way. And we're going to reach back with our right leg. So taking it back, toes pointing down towards the ground, belly pulled in. You can hold here, or if it feels good, left arm will reach. Holding strong, keep your belly pulled in. Maybe you can lift that heel up a little bit higher, but without dumping your belly towards the floor. So you're keeping it pulled in, lengthening here. To start, we're going to bring our thumb to our shoulder, if you have your arm reaching, and your heel to your booty. So you're going to squeeze, feel that hamstring engage, and then lengthen back out. Keep pulling your belly in. Squeezing, and lengthen. Squeeze, and lengthen. Keep coming here. Keep pulling your belly in. We'll do 4 more. Two more. Last one here. Lengthen back out. And then you're going to take your hand and your foot out to a diagonal. You're going to keep your toes pointing straight down. So you're not turning your hip open. Pointing straight down. Hold here. Pull in through your belly. Should feel a little bit of a crunch on that right side. Your hand can come down if you need to. And then when it feels good, come back to center. We're going to bring the knee and elbow towards each other underneath you. Lengthen back out, squeeze the booty. We'll do 2 more like this. And then take yourself down. Take a round of cat and cow. And you're going to reach your right arm up, lengthen it really tall. And as you exhale, thread it underneath the left. Take yourself down, stretch out that shoulder. On your next inhale, press back to center. We'll do the other side. So you're going to bring your left leg out behind you. Turn your hip down towards the floor. Right arm can reach, but you can keep it down. Pull your belly in, so you're not letting it drop. Try to press the weight into the fingertips on the left side. And we'll do just like before. So you're going to take 8 of them, bringing the heel in and thumb in. Squeeze through that hamstring, lengthen long. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Last one here. Lengthen back out, keep pulling your belly in. We'll bring the leg to a diagonal, your toes are pointing straight down, arm out to a diagonal. Keep pulling your core in, your hand can come down if you need it to. Coming back in through center, we'll take 8 of those knee tucks. So pull your belly in and lengthen back out. So if you need to, your hand can come down. Last one here. And then take yourself down, flow through cat and cow, so chest forward, tailbone up. Exhale to lift the back. Come back through center, left arm reaching really high, and then thread it underneath the right, bring your shoulder down to the floor. And then when you're ready, press yourself back to center, and we'll find our way to downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, bend the knees as much as you need to. You can start to pedal out the legs. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to flow forward towards a plank. So bending the knees a little bit, you're going to roll your back up towards the ceiling and then settle in. Pull your belly in. You can come to your knees if you need to. And then we'll bend the knees just slightly, lead with the hips all the way back up. And we'll just keep flowing through that. So lengthening, coming forward. And then exhale, send the hips all the way back up. Shifting through this a few times. If you want to, you can add on to it when you come forward, reaching your right leg up. And then taking it up into downward facing. And we'll bring it back down, shift forward. Lift your left leg all the way to 3-leg dog. So we'll take 1 or 2 more times on each side. One more if you're still going. And then last one here. And then taking your feet back down, we're going to walk the hands back to the feet, finding a forward fold to the back of your mat. Grab opposite elbows, rock side to side. On your next exhale, release the arms down. We're going to roll all the way up. Reach to the ceiling, come up onto your toes. So try to press into your big toe so you're not rolling out to the outside edge of your feet. On your exhale, we're going to take the heels down, roll all the way back down, and walk yourself out into downward facing. Pedaling the legs here. Take your feet wide, turn your toes out to the corners. We're gonna walk the hands halfway back and sink down into the hips. So your hips are coming low, your chest is coming low. You know that I like to do lion's breath, so if you want to, you can inhale, lengthening the legs long, and as you exhale, stick your tongue out. Two more like that. And then if it feels good, walk your hands back. Maybe you can sink into that yogi squat. Maybe your heels need to be off the ground and you need to lean forward. If you don't need to lean forward, take your hands into your chest, opening up. See if you can arch your back a little bit so your chest is coming forward. And then taking the hands back down, we're gonna walk back out to downward facing dog. When you're ready, reaching your right leg high, bend your knee, open your hips up, see if you can stack them. You can hold here. We're gonna take some knee tucks. So if you want to, you can come down onto the knee and just do your right knee into your chest like we did before. Or you can take it from downward facing, shifting all the way forward and all the way back. Squeeze that booty high. And then we'll step the foot all the way forward, finding your way into a high lunge. So squeeze that back hip forward, sink down, arms lifting. See if you can come lower. Squeeze your glute on your back leg. On your next exhale, you're going to twist towards your front leg. Woo. And then inhale, come back to center. On your exhale, hands down to your heart, we're going to find our way into warrior three. So shifting the weight into your front leg. Lift that back leg high. Your hands can come to the ground if they need to. You can bring it onto a wall if you're near one. Hands onto your hips, heart, wherever. Holding here. On your exhale, we're going to take the toe back down. Slowly, slowly, slowly sink down, finding that kneeling lunge. Lengthen the arms up. On your exhale, take your hands down to the floor. Shift your weight back. Straightening out your front leg. Lengthening here. See if you can sink a little lower. And you'll take your hands to the inside of that front leg. Your left toes are going to pivot. Walk yourself over, finding gate pose. So your toes can face forward, or they can point straight with your leg, or you can bring them up, whatever feels better for you. We're going to bring the arms up over the head. Lengthen, squeeze everything. You can bring your left hand down and use it to support you, or you can keep it up for a little bit more of a challenge. We're going to lean, using that core. Squeeze your glutes forward, come all the way back up. And we'll do that a couple more times. So leaning over and squeezing back up. And lean. And squeeze. One more here, leaning over. Squeeze it back up. And then you'll take your left hand down to the floor, adjusting as you need to. You can keep your right leg down or squeeze it up. Squeeze your glutes. Holding here. If it feels good, draw some circles with that floating leg. Keep squeezing your belly in. If you're doing the circles, take them the opposite way. And we're going to take that leg down. You can keep yourself here if you need to, maybe just adjusting the knee. We're going to find a side plank. So if it feels okay, take that bottom leg out. Holding. Try to squeeze your glutes. See if you can lengthen down that left side of your body. Maybe you want to look up. Maybe you need more of a challenge. You can lift your leg. And then on your exhale, come back into center. Shift yourself forward. You can come to your knees. We'll chaturanga if you feel like it. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, find your way back into downward facing dog. So I'm going to stay this way so that I can keep facing my camera. But if you are now facing away from me, go ahead and cross your ankles. Walk your hands back. Find a forward fold, and then you'll just turn yourself around and step back into downward facing dog. If you want to stay facing this way, you can do that too. When you're ready, we'll lift the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hips. And then just like on the other side, you can stay here, you can come down onto your knee. We're going to take those knee tucks. So bring the knee in towards the chest and all the way back up. Squeeze. You can do this on your knees. This next time, we'll step all the way forward, finding that high lunge. So squeeze your back hip forward, sink on down, lengthen your arms up over your head. See if you can sink in a little bit further. Keep squeezing the glute on that back leg. When you're ready, you're going to twist towards your front leg. And then coming back into center, lengthen tall. Hands can come wherever you feel good about. We're going to come into that warrior three. So back leg's going to lift. You can keep the toe tapped down if you need to. Do whatever feels better with your arms. You can take them to the floor if you need to, or a wall. Try to squeeze that back heel towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently come back down and very slowly lower down into that kneeling lunge. When you get there, top of the back foot, coming down to the floor, lengthen tall. And then as you exhale, take the hands down to the floor. We'll shift our weight back, finding that half split. Try to lengthen as much as you can towards your straight leg. When you're ready, hands to the inside of that front foot. Pivot on your back leg, walking yourself over, finding gate pose. So again, whatever you like to do with that leg. And then squeeze your hips towards the front, pull your belly in, lengthen the arms up above the head. You can use your right arm to support you if you'd like. We're gonna just take those kind of side bends. So leaning over, belly pulled in, use those obliques to pull yourself back up. And we'll do 3 more like that. Two more. Last one here. All the way back up. And then your right hand's going to come to the floor. Lifting up, you can stay here. If it feels okay, you can lift that left leg. Try to squeeze it high. Squeeze the glutes so the heel's coming just slightly behind your hip. Keep pulling your belly in. We'll do the same thing we did on the other side so it feels good. Just some small circles. And then the other way. And then we're going to take that foot down. So again, you can stay here or just adjust your knees so that you're a little bit more into that side plank if it feels good. Come all the way up. See if you can lengthen down that right side of your body. Pull your belly in. Maybe you want to look up, maybe you want to lift that leg. And then when you're ready, taking that hand down, find your way back to plank. You can take chaturanga if you want to. So on your toes or on your knees, just shift the shoulders before you lower. Lifting the chest up. And then exhaling down, find your way back to downward facing dog. So again, if you're now facing the wrong side of the mat, just cross at your ankles, walk your hands back, and then turn yourself around. On your next inhale, looking forward, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. We're going to come halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold down. Bend your knees deep, squeeze your glutes, lengthen up, finding your way to chair pose. So look down, make sure you can see your toes, pull your glutes up and pull your belly back. So you're not sticking your booty out like this. We got the belly pulled in, you're sinking down, you should feel your toes around. Your arms can lift. Holding here. Maybe you can sink lower. We're going to put all the weight into our right leg. Left leg's going to come up into the chest. Squeeze it up. Woo. Losing my balance. Lengthen as tall as you can. If it feels good, you can straighten your left leg out or you can keep it bent. We're going to take the right hand outside of the thigh. Find yourself into a twist. When you're ready, we're going to step this left leg all the way back. Find your way into warrior two. Holding here. Press into that front heel. We're going to start out by making our arms like a bone arrow. So you're going to pull that back arm forward. Reach it out. Exhale. Inhale. Couple more times like this. This next time, as you're pulling your arm back, you're going to open up your legs, finding your way into goddess. And we're going to keep our arms out. So if your arms are getting really tired, you don't have to do this part. You can bring them down. We're going to take the hands like you're grabbing a jar, and you're just going to turn and turn. And keep going. You can pulse in your legs if you like, or hold still or straighten them out. Feeling that burn. And then when you're ready, lengthen everything up. Turn your toes to face the long edge of your mat, hands onto your hips. Inhaling, press into both feet. So you're squeezing like you're trying to rip your mat in half and find your way forward into a fold. Hands can come wherever feels good. It doesn't have to be the floor. It can be on the legs. Shake your head yes and no. And then when you're ready for it, we're going to lengthen halfway up, hands onto the hips. Come all the way back up, turn your toes back out to the corners. We're going to sink back into goddess. And this time we're going to do a little bit of core. So hands behind your head if it feels comfortable. Squeeze your hips forward as much as you can. Pull your belly in. We're just going to bring an elbow all the way down and then back up to center and over to the other side. Try to keep those knees squeezing out, hips pressing forward. One more in each direction. Come back to center. Release the arms. You're going to put the weight into your left leg. Turn the toes all the way towards the back if you feel like it, or you can step back to the other side too if you have your mat facing long. We're just going to take the leg, step all the way over, find chair pose. So my legs are on fire. Hopefully yours are too. Pull your belly in. See if you can sink lower. Maybe even lower. Belly pulled in, maybe you can reach your arms higher. We'll put the weight into the left leg, right knee into the chest. Woo! So just like on the other side, if you want to lengthen your leg out, you can. We're going to take the left hand to that right leg, find your way into a twist. Your knee can stay bent. Last standing sequence. When you're ready, we're going to step this front leg all the way back, finding your warrior two. Same thing again. So finding strength in your legs, press into your heel, press out through that back foot, belly's pulled in, booty is squeezing, back arm's going to come forward like you're drawing a bow. Inhaling to lengthen back. Try to let your shoulders relax down. This next time that you bring the arm back, we're going to open up into goddess. This time, instead of doing those jam jar or whatever, salsa, opening a jar, you're just going to take your hands, face them up, pulse slightly. So if it feels good, just like before, you can pulse the whole body. Try to let your shoulders relax down so you don't have them up here. Might be burning quicker this time. When you're ready, lengthening everything up, turn your toes, hands on the hips, lengthen tall. We'll just sink forward. Woo! Shake your head yes and no. Let your arms relax, maybe grab opposite elbows, rock side to side. So when you're ready, we're going to exhale the hands down. We're going to heel toe the feet in just a little bit, turn the toes out to the corners, and find your way back into that yogi squat. So if this doesn't feel good, you can just come to seated because we're going to come there in a minute. Maybe rocking your hips side to side a little bit. You can hold here if it feels good. Start to bring your feet in. We'll try our crow pose. So if you don't normally come to class with me and haven't had this explained probably too many times in class, and you're not really sure what you're doing, I have a video on my YouTube that explains, it's actually on my Facebook too, explains how to do crow, and there's ways to do it with modifications with blocks. So if you want to try it, your hands are going to come onto the floor in front of you. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Try to get your knees into your armpits. We'll lift the hips first, start to shift your weight forward, and then maybe you can pick up a toe or another one holding here. So I'll turn sideways so you can see. So elbows are going to bend back. So spread your fingers wide. You'll start to shift forward first. So your elbows are coming over your wrists, and then maybe just a toe and the other, or maybe you want to pick up both feet. And when you're finished with whatever you're doing, we're just going to come to seated. So soles of the feet together, knees dropping out. Woo, we did it. We made it to the seated part. So lengthening really tall. You can lean forward if it feels good, or just hands behind you, letting the knees drop open. So when you're ready, we're going to take the right leg and you're going to hug it in towards your hip, so it's coming almost underneath your left leg. Your left leg is going to come over and you're going to bring it all the way across. So you want your knees stacked. Hannah, you can just watch all you want, girl. I know it's these brand new yoga pants that are really setting me off today. So knees stacked. If that doesn't feel good, you can just bring your legs straight out in front of you and have your left knee. So your side of your foot's on the ground, right? You want both sitting bones down. Or you can have them both under you, still both sitting bones down. So if you feel like you're leaning over to one side, just take the bottom leg out. We're gonna hold here. Lengthen really tall. So you have options with what you want to do with the arms. You can bring yourself into eagle arms. So you're gonna bring your right arm out. You'll cross the left arm under. You want your elbows stacked, just like your knees are. Backs of the hands can come together, or you can bind them, lengthening up. And maybe bringing the elbows in front of the knee, letting your head drop down. Or if that's not what you want to do, you can come cow face. So your right arm's going to come behind your head. You can grab hold of your elbow, or you can grab your shirt and bring your left arm underneath you, and then maybe still leaning forward. So do whatever feels good here. I'm going to take eagle, lengthening up. Try to sink in. One more long breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the arms out. We're going to take that left sole of the foot onto the floor. So again, your right leg can be under you, like I have mine, or you can lengthen it straight out, which I think actually I'm going to do. So you can keep the leg under you if you want. You can lengthen it straight out. We're just going to reach really tall, and then you can twist towards your leg or away from it, whatever feels better for you. I like to take my hands onto my shoulders so that I'm using my core, getting really tall. As you exhale, pull everything in, twist either direction, and then let your arms relax. Roll whatever shoulders in the back away from you, trying to widen through your collarbones. Lengthen again, see if you can twist further. Whichever arm is in front is just relaxed. You're not using it to pull you over. On your next exhale, unwinding all the way to the other side, whichever way you were doing before. And then we'll lengthen both legs out. We're going to move to the other side. So this time your right knee is on top. You can tuck that left leg under, so you're coming into those cow face legs with the knees stacked. But again, if you're out on one side, keep the bottom leg straight. Sides of the feet are on the ground. And then decide what you want to do with your arms. So you can just take like a tricep stretch here, or you can try to grab your hand behind you, or finding eagle arms. Left arm's going to come out. You'll sweep under with the right, giving yourself a hug. Lengthen all the way up, reach really long, and then maybe bringing your elbows out in front of you, your head dropping down. When you're ready, we'll release the arms. You're going to take the sole of the foot on the ground. Again, you can keep this bottom leg tucked in if it feels good. I'm going to release mine out because it's not just comfortable. Lengthen really tall. Hands onto your shoulders if you like to do that. We'll lengthen up, pull your belly in, start to twist in either direction. So if you twisted away from your leg last time, you're going to twist away from it again, obviously. I'm twisting towards, so I'm going to twist towards. Releasing my arms down, reach tall, roll whatever shoulder is in the back, try to widen through the shoulder blades. And your front arm is nice and relaxed. See if you can get a little taller every time you inhale. When you exhale, maybe you can twist more. On your next exhale, unwinding completely to the other side. Let's see what time it is. Oh, perfect timing. We're gonna unwind the legs, turn yourself to face whatever direction, and we're gonna come back into boat pose. So hands on the backs of the knees to start, rock yourself back, try to open up through your chest. If it feels good, you can straighten your legs, release your arms. We're gonna try to come as low into this boat pose as you can. So lengthen the legs out, pull your belly in, see if you can hold in a low boat, pulling your belly in. Start to feel that shakiness. And then when you can't take any more, just release down. Soles of the feet onto the ground. Rock your knees side to side. We're going to come back into bridge pose like we started in. So when you're ready, you'll bring the soles of the feet back up to the ceiling. Taking the knees so they're the width of your hip bone, so that's that pointy part in the front of you, not the outside. Hands on the ground. Lift your chin, keep your gaze up the whole time. Squeeze your hips up towards the ceiling. See if you can kind of relax your shoulders away from you. Pull your belly in. We're going to put all of the weight into the left leg. See if you can reach your right leg. So maybe you want to take it up high, but if you can bring the thighs in line with each other, take it there. Try not to put the weight into your neck, so you're still pressing into the shoulders. And then we're going to take that right ankle across the left thigh, sink the hips down, and pull the legs in towards you. Hands on the back of the left leg. Rock around a bit. When you're ready, we'll release the feet back down, doing the same thing again. So hip width, hands on the ground, lift your hips up, keeping your gaze towards the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes as high as you can, holding here. When you're ready, if it feels good, weight's going to go into the left or the right leg. Left leg's going to lift. You can take it straight up or try to bring it in line with the right thigh. Pressing into the foot, squeezing high. And then we'll cross the ankle over, lower down, pull both legs into the chest. Rocking around. And then when it feels good for you, we're just going to unwind that leg, both knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. You can take happy baby if you like. So grabbing hold of either just the shins, maybe the ankles. Try to bring your feet towards the ceiling. If that makes your hips come up or your head come up to try to get your feet, just chill. It's not that serious. You can keep your feet facing the wall rather than the ceiling. Just try to bring your knees out wide. And if you find that you're like, I'm going to take happy baby, and you have your legs straight like this, chill. Just bring your knees down, out towards your armpits. Keep them bent. We're trying to open up through the hips. Obviously, you can do whatever you feel like now. If you don't want to take this, if you feel like shoulder stand or plow or whatever, you're at home, I can't stop you. When it feels good, knees are going to come back into the chest. We'll just give ourselves a tight hug, pulling everything in, lengthening your breath. One long inhale, hold it in. And then when you're ready, exhale, release everything down. Find where you want to be for your Shavasana. So if your low back is feeling a little unsure about laying flat down, you can bring the knees so they're bent, Let them drop in towards each other. Do whatever feels good with your arms. So you can hold here in Shavasana for a long time if you want. I'm just going to take 10 long breaths so that people who are watching aren't just watching me lay here awkwardly. So again, if you're staying in Shavasana, you can stay here as long as you want. If you're not, you can start making some movements in your body, maybe lengthening long. And then just rolling off onto one side, pausing there. And eventually pressing yourself up. Find wherever you feel like being. Nice seated, comfortable position. We're going to lengthen the arms up over the head. And just as something different, we're just going to twist gently over to the left. And then inhale back to center. Over towards the right. Come all the way back up. Lengthen really tall. Take your hands down to your heart center. Take a moment to give gratitude to your body. And thank you for coming and joining me. So please share this with your friends. Tell them I'm going to be doing this every day that we would normally have class, every Tuesday, Thursday at 10 until we start having class again. I'm going to post my GoFundMe page in the comments, but if you're like me and your income stream is being affected because you don't have the ability to go to work, so like I'm not getting paid for class today because we don't have class today, if that effect is your effect too, please just don't worry about giving me any money. That's fine. If your income stream is not affected by it and you can spare a couple of pounds, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, and hopefully all of this blows over in the next few weeks, and I will see you again soon. So thanks again, and I have to awkwardly turn this off because my computer wouldn't let me do it facing the front. So let's see, how do I end this? Ooh, moving in the wrong direction with this. Bye. Still not letting me end.